Hello, dear friends. Today you will get to know the story of a young Brazilian who loved the sea, surfed the waves with joy, and yet dreamed of dedicating his entire life to God. This is the story of Guido Schäfer, a young servant of God, known by many as the Surfer of Christ. Guido was born on May 22nd, 1974, in Volta Redonda, in the state of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. He grew up like many other boys of his generation, full of energy and curiosity. But from an early age, there was something remarkable about him. He was cheerful, generous, and always ready to help someone in need. As a teenager, Guido discovered the ocean. The beach became his second home. Surfing was not just a sport for him, it was a way to feel alive, to be close to the beauty of creation, to enjoy the freedom of the waves and the light of the sun. But Guido's life was not just about fun. He was also a brilliant student. When the time came to choose a profession, he decided to study medicine. He wanted to serve, to heal, and to give his life to others. During his youth, Guido went through a deep personal conversion. He became involved in the Catholic charismatic renewal, where he experienced a living and personal relationship with Christ. From that moment on, his faith became the center of his life. He began to share it with his friends, with patience, even on the beaches while waiting for the next wave. He was known for his smile and his kindness. People were drawn to him not just for his medical knowledge, but for the hope and peace he brought wherever he went. As a doctor, Guido worked with the poor. He often treated patients who could not pay for medical care. Sometimes he gave away his own belongings, or spent hours listening and consoling those who suffered. For Guido, medicine was a mission, not just a profession, but his heart longed to give even more to God. After years of prayer and discernment, he decided to enter the seminary of the Archdiocese of Rio de Janeiro in 2008. His dream was to become a priest. Even in the seminary, he kept his cheerful spirit. He studied theology during the week and on weekends. When he could, he went back to the ocean to surf, in carrying his board and his Bible. His friends used to say that Guido had found the perfect way to unite his love for God and his love for life. His joy inspired many young people who saw in him a faith that was not sad or distant, but vibrant and human. Then came the day that would mark the end of his earthly journey. On May 1st, 2009, Guido went to surf, as he had done so many times before. It was early morning on the beaches of Barra da Tijuca in Rio de Janeiro. He entered the water as usual, smiling and relaxed, but a sudden and unexpected accident occurred. While paddling on his board, he suffered a blow to his neck and spine. Likely from a strong wave or the board itself, the injury left him unconscious in the water. Despite the efforts of friends and rescuers, Guido did not survive. He was only 34 years old. His death shocked his family, friends, the seminary community, and many of his patients. The young doctor and seminarian who had touched so many lives was suddenly gone. Yet, even in their grief, people spoke of the peace and light that seemed to remain when they remembered him. Very soon after his passing, testimonies began to multiply. People told stories of his charity, his dedication to the sick, his deep prayer life, and the joy he radiated. Many started to call him a witness of holiness for our time. In 2015, the Archdiocese of Rio de Janeiro opened his cause for canonization, and he received the title Servant of God. This means that the Church officially recognized his reputation for holiness and began to study his life and virtues. The process is still ongoing, but thousands of people already find inspiration in his story. Guido's life teaches us that holiness is not reserved for those who live far away from the world. It can be found in a hospital ward, on a beach at sunrise, in friendships, and in the ordinary choices we make every day. His death, though sudden and tragic, revealed the depth of a life already given to God, and his memory continues to touch hearts around the world. Guido Schäfer reminds us that it is possible to live a joyful, faithful life that unites love for God and love for others. He shows us that to follow Christ does not mean to give up happiness, but to discover a deeper joy, one that endures even in suffering and loss. Perhaps his story invites each of us to ask, how can I bring the same generosity and joy into my own life? How can I live my faith in the ordinary places where God calls me? Because holiness is not about doing extraordinary things. It is about living ordinary things with extraordinary love. If this story has touched your heart, share it with others so that Guido's witness, the surfer of Christ, continues to inspire many along the way. May this beloved servant of God one day be on the altars, and may he always intercede for you and your family with God. Thank you for being with us. Share this beautiful and inspiring story, subscribe to our channel, and receive more moving stories that bring us closer to God through saints, blesseds, and servants of God from all over the world.